houses are still good, but they are not maintained. Look at how they look. One advantage you have in Mbale, if you see it physically, is well planned. The roads are big.
Yeah.
That's why in the 60s and 70s, Mbale was one of the best cities. It's something that takes a lot of. Before you think of building new ones and so forth, think of telling people to maintain this. You don't pay, we close it. Simple. I know many of them do not build these houses. They just end that.
Yeah.
All of them.
They just end that.
Except this one where they are now.
Actually, if the Asians came here this time, they would laugh at you. They'll laugh at you, Ugandans.
You get a free thing, you don't even take.
You cannot even maintain a simple thing for yourself. It's not for government. So, but this is also a weakness of us, the leaders. The weakness of us, the leaders. Okay, let's go to the next one. Not only for Mbale, but even for you. If you do a good job here, for the next 5 years, you don't have a problem. No, you don't have a problem. Yes. And then the other thing is physical planning. There are areas, I know Mbale is well planned. I don't know whether it is a current physical plan. Does Mbale have a running physical plan?
We actually doing, since we annex some areas, we are doing some those annex areas.
But for the central,
We have it.
there is a running physical plan.
Yes, we have it.
You should enforce that. You must enforce that. If an area has been marked for a road, nobody should come and put anything.
And there are the changes.
Huh?
They are mostly other than putting on the
Why? Why did you allow them to encroach on it?
they have encroached already, they have encroached.
No, even if it is a city and municipality, a physical plan is a physical plan for the area. It's not for the name, whether it is a city or a municipality, it remains. That's a question of enforcement. We identify them, and those that we know are definitely in the wrong, you let us know. We have a department called the Physical Planning Board. We'll send them here. We've done a few breakages somewhere. I want us to know.
Even here, because
I want to know.
all the spaces which were,
I want to know those areas where people have built illegally. I want to know.
they are there.
I'll send my board team here. We'll give them a small notice. If they don't, we shall break.
Because even the central lanes,
The issue of titles, we can trace who gave that title. Titles are not just given in the air. They are land officers, they are what, and so surveyors and so on. Who did that survey? Who did it? We shall look for them. Yes, we shall look for them.
actually if fire broke here, there is nowhere a fire truck can now enter in the corridors.
No, let's get the list of these illegal structures, illegal interventions by people, and then we see each department carrying out its responsibility. Lands, why did you title this land? Why did you allow this? There's somebody called a land officer here. There's another one called a surveyor. Each one will answer for his role. They may pay the money here, they will pay. How much money are they going to pay to everybody? And there are certain areas where you pay money or not. We still have a few people in Uganda who don't care about money. Yeah, not everybody can be bought. So let's have that list. Otherwise, it is a waste to do all these beautiful things and then people will come and behave and do whatever they want to do. No, it can't be. All right? Okay, let's go and
money that was planned and meant for development projects within the city, but we have not been able to have that money returned from by Ministry of Finance from the consolidated fund. So we appeal to you as Mbale that you help us push so that we can have that money returned back to enable us complete the many outstanding projects. And then, of course, with the creation of the city, the area is large. The people's expectations are also very high. So we appeal that through you, the government steps up the funding the cities so that we can be able to handle the large areas that have been added on to us, and also high expectations from the population. Because with the creation of the city, people expect everything to change. As much as funding remains the same, we cannot be able to effect a lot of changes. Then also the biggest challenge we're having as cities is the issue of solid waste management. Solid waste management is a challenge in all cities, and this basically because of the limited local funding. So we appeal to you to, as an advocate, to lobby for us and ensure increased funding in that field so that we can be able to make our cities better places to live in.
And around we realize that the city will be fairly improving in terms of infrastructure support and development. And we are hopeful that your coming is possibly going to add value and guidance in how we can proceed, especially with our current program that is about to end, and then maybe you can advise on how we can move from there. I'm sure I don't want to say a lot, but I want to take this opportunity to call on our RCC to make this only remarks. Thank you.
I think this one, Honourable Minister, with your support for us on the ground here, we are willing to support the city to ensure if there is any legal structure, we pattern and ensure we rectify it. Because we are lucky that we are starting a city when we were already planned as if it would be a city. But if we leave this period now of the beginning and wait for 10 years to come, it may overwhelm us to say, you bring this structure, because there will be too many and they can even cause chaos and insecurity in the area. So when we handle them early enough, it will help us. Lastly, Honourable Minister, is in Mbale here you have a problem of land now. It is becoming too small. So anxiety to acquire land is on the high side. But Honourable Minister, as mandated by our office, the duties we perform are duties which is like a doctor who takes people in the theater. So if you don't administer the drug to kill the pain, the patient may kick you. So in this line, I want to request that our city know that since we don't have too much land, and we shall need a lot of developments to make it a city, we should guard the little we have. At the moment, as the monitors of these government projects in the city here alone, we have 2 cases arising to us because of virtue of our offices and mandate of monitor. One is we have a division mayor of Northern Division is in court, taken on as a person for trying to bring out an issue which was on government land in Nakarote there. The case is there. They have not sued him as a government officer, but they have sued him in his individual capacity. I'm also sued in my individual capacity when I carried out my monitoring roles and came up with issues which needed to address. Instead of addressing, I was taken to court. So, Honorable Minister, while executing our mandate, and if we are not protected, then the purpose for which we are deployed in these areas will not carry meaning. We shall be vulnerable and at times fail to come up boldly to handle such issues. I want to thank you.
There's a good fiscal plan, at least for the sender. These people who are not following the fiscal plans, they are putting buildings in wrong places. We have a national board called the National Fiscal Planning Board. Let us get the list. We need the list. We shall send it to the board. The board will come here. You are in the wrong place. You are within the reserve road. We shall break that building. If you say you are going to the court, we shall meet there in the court. We shall also go there in the court. That court was put by government. So don't think you'll arrive there fast. We may arrive there at the same time. But we shall have broken the building. We first negotiate with you and give you opportunity to break it. If you don't break it, we shall do it for you. And funny enough, at your own cost. We break it, we charge you, you pay the cost of removal, finished. The law is there. So I don't believe that a place like this, which is well planned, we should just for selfish reasons. Wiga Kanya should build in the road reserve, and then we turn around and say, if you want to build here, you must pay me. You are the first person to have made the mistake. Then some say, you gave me a title. Yes, there are thieves in government. If a thief gave you a title, just because he's in government does not mean that he is right. And I tied that with land grabbing. The land officer. I hear there are people here, including leaders, who are locating themselves public land. And they are getting titles. Where are they getting those titles? From you? We shall hold you responsible. They can sit down and locate themselves paper. Let them do whether it is a resolution here, whether it is where, let them do the paperwork. But when it comes to the title, it is Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development that issues the title. And if issue a wrong title, we shall trace it. You know it very well. On this day, the person who signed for this title is so and so. If you are lucky, we shall dismiss you. But if you are not lucky, we shall arrest you first. For a number of years, then when you come out, we dismiss you. So do not give titles to areas where you know this is public land or a reserve. Don't. And if somebody is pressuring you, that is a big person, but there are also bigger persons. Refer the matter to the bigger persons. They are there. Don't suffer here locally. So public land remains public land. There is a way. If people want to acquire public land, there is a legitimate way. It must be followed. If it's not followed, we stop it, please. That's why I insisted it should be here. Go and draw that list. Consult these leaders. Some of them are knowledgeable. Don't worry. The mayor is there. The RCC is there. The CISO is there. All these people, consult them. Let them give you a list. If you don't know, including yourself, of all this. I want by the end of the month, the list of land titles in public land in Mbale.